Hello everyone, and welcome to episode number 35 of the video podcast, Me and My Dog and Some Yarn. My name is Kim and I'm your host. I'm also known as Black Horse on Ravelry, and you can find me on Instagram as Black Horse Knitter. So welcome to the show. Today it's not going to be very long. It's going to be a somewhat short podcast, just because life has happened and I have been busy with work and busy with cooking dinner when I get home and taking care of animals, and yeah, so not a lot of knitting has been going on here, but that's okay. Last weekend I cleaned out my closet, which was something that was well needed. Got rid of a lot of things that I don't need, some fabric that I probably will never sew, some yarn I will never knit with, patterns that I will never use. It was crazy, but my closet looks a lot better and I have just a few more things to put back, but I'm making progress and that's good. So let's get started. The first project that I have is my Jeck Socks, and they're in my little Halloween bag that I made last year, and I still have some Halloween bags on Etsy if you're interested. The store is Black Horse Fashions, but I am knitting on Jeck Socks, and they are by Regina Satta, I believe, and these are knit out of KnitsomniacDesigns yarn. Let me show you the label. There is her label, KnitsomniacDesigns, and it is in the Sleepy Sock base, which is 75% merino, 25% nylon, and it is in the Jack and Sally colorway. And it's Halloween. It is neon green and neon pink with some orange and black and purple and pink mixed in there, and I love it. This is my second sock, so here's how far I got since the last time you guys saw me, which isn't very far. I think I had just the rib done, and so I've only gone about an inch, but that's because I'm knitting on something else. These have been on the back burner because I'm trying to finish my sweater, which I want to wear on October 11th, so that's kind of why. But here's the first one, in case you didn't see the last podcast. And so I love them. I love this yarn. I love the pattern. This heel is working a lot better for me than the heel on my last pair of socks. As you can see, there's no hole on either side, and I like that. I did not make them very long because I am short and I have short legs, so this is how I like my socks. And that's the great thing about knitting socks for yourself. You can make them to fit yourself. So the pattern is Jeck Socks, and I will show you, I will show you a picture. Looks like this. So anyways, so that's one thing I've been knitting on. I do take it everywhere, but as I say, I haven't had a lot of time. I carry it to work, I carry it home, I carry it to work, I carry it home. And I've been so busy at work, I haven't had any time to knit, so that's okay. I did have some time to knit on this just for a few minutes last week. I took my dad on an errand, and while I waited for him, I was able to knit, so that was good. What's next? My sweater. I am knitting the Lady Charming sweater by Vera, and I can't say her last name, but it's right there if you want to check her out. She has some wonderful patterns. Lots and lots of different sweaters to pick from, but I love this one because it reminds me of the boxy that I knitted last year because it's oversized. And this one is really nice. It's got the cables down the front. It has ribbing around the neck and about a 3-inch ribbing around the bottom, and then you're in the front. And then you're supposed to make the ribbing longer in the back. I didn't make it quite as long as it said because I'm short and I didn't want a really long tail in the back, I guess. But I stayed up late last night and I finished the front and the back of the sweater. I had the back finished midweek, and I cast it on. This is hard to show. I cast it on, there's the bottom, and as you can see the back is longer than the front by about 1.5 inches. And I love it. I love it. It fits great. I tried it on last night over my nightgown about 10:30, 11 o'clock last night, and it fits. It fits very nicely. But it was hot. Hot. It's 100% wool, and I guess I should have known that. But I'm hoping it'll cool down in 2 weeks so that I can wear it on my yarn crawl. And if not, I'm going to have to go with plan B and just wear something else and save this one for later. Yeah. It is made out of Cascade yarn, Cascade 220. And the number of the color is 9495. And I love the yarn. I have never knit a sweater out of yarn that was not superwash, so I'll have to see. I'm going to have to be very careful and when I hand wash that I don't felt it at all. So we'll see. So yeah, that's that. I still have 2 skeins plus this one. So I know I'm going to probably have enough to do the sleeves. The sleeves are 3/4 length, so I don't need a whole lot. So I'm going to have leftover. Maybe I'll make a hat, or maybe I'll just gift the rest of the yarn to someone. I don't know. Anyways, that's all I've been working on. I have not knit on my grandma's, or crocheted on my grandma's Afghan. Things have just been too busy this week. But yeah, maybe next time. So, hope you guys are getting things done that you want to get done. Have you started your Christmas knitting yet? I haven't. I hope to soon. I know I should have done that in January, but I'm a procrastinator, and there's just been so many other things that I wanted to knit. I just keep putting it to the side, so I do need to get a jump on that. Sorry about my long hair. It is driving me crazy to look at it on the screen, but I get my hair cut this week, and so I didn't want to really touch my bangs until she touches my bangs, so sorry if that's driving you crazy. I know it's driving me crazy. Let's see. Oh, I want to mention that I will have details on the Halloween knit-along next week because I haven't had the time to sit down and think about what I want to do. I have a general idea of what I want to do, but I don't have all the details and the dates and the prizes lined up yet, so that will be coming to you next week. Also, I would like to ask that you guys help out my friend Silly Fru, who is Wendy. She goes by Silly Fru on Ravelry. She has the Sassy Pants Knitter podcast. So she's a fellow podcaster, and I have never met her in person, but I've talked to her through Ravelry and through Instagram, and she is just a very, very sweet and kind and caring person. She was diagnosed with hairy cell leukemia, I guess about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks at the very most. This is a disease that is very, very rare, and usually only men get this type of leukemia. Wendy is only 37, and she is staying extremely positive, and this does have a very good survival rate. So that's very good. She is fighting it just like she normally does. She is such an inspiration to everyone. She just, you know, she takes care of other people. She puts everyone first, and she just seems like such a wonderful person that I was trying to think of a way of how I could help besides just a donation. And I think I came up with something, and I need your help. I have started a thread in the group, the Me and My Dog and Some Yarn video podcast group, and it says, the thread title is Silly Frou, You Know Look. So you guys go look, okay? Go look and read that thread, and that tells you how you can help. You can also go and send her a donation through, she has a website through GoFundMe.com, and I think there's some links. Go to the Sassy Pants Knitter podcast and podcast group, and there's a link in there on how you can donate. There's also some indie dyers and some other people who sell bags and things like that, and patterns that are going to donate part of their proceeds to Wendy to help with her medical bills. And so if you can help out in that way, that would be wonderful. But in addition, if you could, go to the thread that I started in our group and read it. I don't want to say what it is right now because Wendy might watch this, and I don't want to spoil her surprise. So please go look and read that thread and see if you can help out. It would be much, much appreciated. So that's one thing I wanted to tell you guys about and ask for your help. And also prayers are very much appreciated. If you could say a prayer for Wendy, we would appreciate it. And we hope that she has a very speedy recovery, and I'm sure she will. She's a strong girl. So that's one thing. I guess that's pretty much it. Yeah. I did buy a few things that I probably shouldn't have because I'm trying to save all my money for the yarn crawl. But my mom and I got out yesterday, and we went to an estate sale. And then after that, we went to Knitting in the Loop, which is a local yarn shop here in Houston. And then after that, we had lunch. And then we went to Dillard's. And then we went home. That was our day yesterday. But in the morning, we went to an estate sale. And I bought a few things. This lady that evidently lived in this house before the sale was a knitter. And I always look for vintage knitting needles because I collect them, but they didn't have any needles. I assumed that one of her relatives knits and kept all the needles, but they had yarn and they had knitting books. And the yarn was old acrylic yarn. It was fun to look through it because it brought back memories of my mama knitting because she knit with yarn like that. That was before they had local yarn stores, so you bought your yarn in Woolsworth or Leeward's, places like that. That was a craft store that sold yarn. Well, Woolsworth was a drugstore, 5 and dime. But anyways, it was fun to look through that. She actually had a skein of yarn that was from Woolsworth, and then her other yarns were from Sears because Sears used to sell yarn. And then she had yarn called Sayel, which is like an acrylic yarn. So that was fun to look through that. I didn't buy any yarn, but I did buy some vintage knitting books. She had this one. which is going to be the book I show you in a few minutes. It's Stoles, Hats, and Scarves. And then she had this one, which was really cute. It's Women's Day knitting book, and it's from 1964, I believe, and it has some really, really cute patterns all through it. Oops, sorry. Just so many cute patterns. I might have to show this one at one point. Yeah, I love this one. And then there was this, and I thought this had a lot of knitting patterns because of the front, and it has just a few. It is also from 1964. Yeah, it's got a lot of recipes and things like that. And then I bought this book right here. It's Big Needle Knit Afghans. And I figured this would be a good one because Vincent keeps telling me that I need to knit him a blanket or an Afghan. And if I knit it out of big yarn and big needles, it might not take so long. So for next year for Christmas, I might make him an Afghan. And then, whoops, dropping everything. And then I have Knitting Noel. And this is a newer book, and the reason I bought this is because it has some really cute, well, there's a blanket that's really cute. But it has some really cute stockings, and I am dying to knit everybody a stocking. Right now we have some felted stockings that I made when I was dating Vince, and I went ahead and made Vince a stocking and the kids a stocking and my cat Lucy a stocking. And then when we got married, I just used those, and now I don't have a stocking for Dottie that matches or for Kanga that matches. And yeah, so I'd like to knit some stockings. So that might be in the works for next year. It's a little late now. But this book has some cute, cute stocking pictures. I mean, stocking patterns. And of course I can't find any right now. Might be the other way. Give me just a second. Well, I'm not seeing them. It does have like some sweaters for kids. I love this tree. You guys know, if you've watched my podcast, that I love to decorate for Christmas, and I love to put a tree in every room. And usually I put an auburn tree in here because Tori stays in here when she's here for Christmas. But I don't think she's going to be here for Christmas this year because she's going to go to Amsterdam to see her mom and stepdad. So I am going to put a Christmas tree in here, and I'm going to decorate it with knitting things. And I think this is really cute how they have little balls of yarn with knitting needles sticking out. And so I'm totally going to do that. Very, very cute. But I am not seeing the stocking pattern. Well, here's one. This one's cute. I like that. And then, there it is. Let's see if I can find it. Cute. I don't necessarily like the toe of that. Well, there I go dropping everything again. I don't like the toe, but I could very easily put these Christmas motifs on a different stocking. So that's my plan. And excuse me for a minute while I bend over and pick up what I dropped because I want to show you what it is. Okay, so while we were at the estate sale, Mom found this folder, which kind of stinks. It smells musky. She found this folder, and she's like, "Do you want this?" And I'm thinking, no, I don't want that. What is that? And it's got patterns all through it. So I have to show you a few of the patterns. Here is this one by Sears. It's just a little leaflet. And I love that little green sweater. That is cute. I don't necessarily like the tie. I think I would take that off. But I could totally see myself wearing the sweater. And then there's another little Sears leaflet. And then this is full of, I guess they were free patterns at one time. Yeah, let me show you. Here is the Poor Boy sweater, and it's just like a little one-page pattern. And there's, oh, that's the same one. A lot of times she has two of each for some reason. There's the bulky cardigan, and here is an Afghan. That one you've already seen. Did I show this one already? That's super cute. Here is the chevron Afghan. And I think my grandma, my mama, has knit some of these. These look so familiar. And then she has cut out, like she pulled this out of a magazine, it looks like. And then she has some other things that aren't necessarily netting, like how to make a wreath out of netting, nylon netting. And then she has a little pattern that was sent to her. I love this one. I think this is cute. These must have been free patterns, similar to the ones you find at Joann's or at Michael's. Oops. And then I love this. She has taken and written out a pattern, and I don't know if this is something she came up with or if she copied it from somebody else's book. You know, I don't know. It says anklets material, 3 ounces of yarn, 4 double point number 12 needles. Is that not cute? And then in the inside, it is continued. Handwritten. So cute. I love it. And then here is another one for mittens that she's done the same thing. Written out a mitten pattern. And then here, this doesn't even say what it is. She just jotted it down on this little page. And I'm almost curious to just follow this and see what it actually is. It says cast on 3, purl even, knit 1, increase 1, knit 1, then purl across, knit 1, increase 1, knit 1, purl. I'm so curious to know what it is. I might have to knit it and see, because now it's driving me crazy. And then she's got a toddler mitten, and it's written on a little note card, as you guys can see. I love it. At the bottom, it says, what does it say? Press through a damp cloth. So cute. And then here is a bolero pattern. And this is cute. Stocking cap and dicky. Or stocking cap or dicky. Is that not hilarious? Here's another cardigan. And here's another sweater and a dicky. And here are 2 different shells. Yes. I love this one. This is pom-pom little slippers. Can you guys see that? My grandma used to, or my mama used to make slippers that have pom-poms, and I'm wondering if this is the pattern she used. And I know you guys can't see very well, but it does look like it's made out of garter stitch, which is what hers were. Can you guys see that? So cute. I'm going to have to try that. And then at the end of this folder is this. This must have came out of a kit, and I'm really, really liking that blue one right there. Can you guys see? Look at the yoke around the edge with the pattern stitch. Very, very cute. She bought this, and it says it's the kit number 7634, and the color was 159 Daffodil, and it was a Bear brand yarn. Permanently moth-proofed, 100% virgin wool, exclusive of ornamentation. So cute. Kit contains sufficient yarn, approximately 10 ounces, for size 12 through 18, plus button rings, alphabet chart, and contrasting color yarn. I guess if you wanted to put your initial, like that one right there. So super cute. And then here's the instructions that came with the kit. And it looks like they're all there. It's a few pages, 4 pages of pattern instruction. So super cute. I got all of these magazines and books plus a little metal box of recipes for $5. So I did very well. I didn't spend a whole bunch of money, but it was fun. And the recipes, I cannot believe someone would not go through someone's house and take the recipes. I mean, they're family recipes. I'm sure if they don't cook, maybe somebody else would have liked to have had those recipes. A niece or a nephew or a cousin. Surely somebody would want the recipes. I can't believe. And I can't tell you how many times I've gone into a estate sale and the recipes are there. The handwritten recipes. The recipes that this woman used probably for almost every meal that she cooked. That's just amazing. But I went through the recipes last night, and there were some really good ones and some that I'm definitely going to try out. And then there were some that didn't look quite so good. They looked like they were recipes from the 70s, like, you know those gelatin molds they used to have back in the day with tuna and stuff? Yuck. It sounded gross, but some of the recipes sounded very good, and I'm definitely going to try them. So I'll enjoy this lady's recipes, but I can't believe one of the kids did not want that. So yeah. What else is going on? I guess that's it. Oh no, I have something else. I do have something else. Oops, sorry. I'll call him back in a minute. I've got somebody out working, so I'm almost done. I'll call it back. I went to Knitting in the Loop, as I told you guys, and I didn't really need to go there, but I got an email earlier in the week that they had an indie dyer that was from Houston that was going to be there, and her name is Kayla, and she has the Kayla's Lab is her store name, and she can be found on Etsy. Kayla's Lab. Her name is Kayla Crawford. Really sweet girl, and she dyes amazingly beautiful yarn. Here is what I bought. Kayla's Lab, hand dyed. And the color is amazing. It is a lilac, and that is the name of the colorway, is lilac. And it is merino sock yarn. Well, it is not going to. There it goes. And there is the name of her store, www.kaylaslab.etsy.com, and it is superwash merino and nylon, and it is super soft and squishy, and I love, love, love the color. It is purple and pink with a little bit of dark purplish kind of gray purple, I guess, charcoal gray purple. It's gorgeous. It's soft. I cannot wait to use it. And then while I was there, of course I had to look around, right? I found some needles. They're Addy needles, and they are made out of the wood And I don't normally like wood needles, but this was on sale. They're normally $14 and I got them for $10. And I thought I'd give them a try for my Magic Loop socks. They're wooden and they're size US 2 and they're 40-inch. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know. But I guess that's it. Please, if you can, help out Wendy by either making a donation on her GoFundMe page or going to my group and reading what that little thing is all about and come help us in that way. And I guess that's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful week and I will see you next week. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.